how bad does a coach have to be to get fired in July? The Dolphins insist there's nothing off the field, no off-the-field incident, that this was simply football-based. But let's think about this. The offensive line has been through rookie camp, some mini camps and OTAs, and now 2 days of training camp. They haven't even gone against an opponent. How bad was the offensive line? And the Dolphins are probably going to be a 3 or a 4-win team at best. How do you really grade out the Dolphins' offensive line as bad? You know, if this is the Rams or the Cowboys or the Patriots, and you say, well, we've got like 4 months here to see our offensive line, and we know it should be better because it has been better, and we've got Super Bowl aspirations. That's one thing. It's another thing to be a 2-14 squad and be identifying that the coach is that bad football-wise already without even practicing against another team. There hasn't even been a real game yet. Not even an exhibition game. And you already know that the offensive line is that bad? Look, maybe it was. Certainly, who am I to say? But these are usually signs of dysfunctional organizations. That you hired a guy in February that by July you realized, oh, God, this guy's a bum. I mean, you just hired him in February, and you gave him the zig by July? It makes me worry that whatever stability Brian Flores will bring to it, because by all accounts, Flores is a steady, even-headed, smart individual that could be a very good coach. A lot of people really like him around the NFL. But that even as steady as Flores is, that perhaps you just can't compensate for a disaster of an owner. Because Stephen Ross as an owner has just been a bust. And the Dolphins have been turnover within the organization, GM, president, head coach, forever. And it has only accelerated under Stephen Ross as an owner. I mean, you're firing one of your coaches as training camp opens up and you say it's football related. How bad has the football been? You're just going through like 7-on-7s. You're barely even hitting. I don't know. I mean, maybe the Dolphins are just brilliant and they're already tanking. I mean, maybe it's July and they're like, okay, let's fire this first head coach, this offensive line coach. That'll create some instability there. You know, right around week 1 of the season, we fire the defensive coordinator right after a bad preseason. Okay, that'll create some instability there. Let's make sure that nobody knows who's coming or going, gets real paranoid about who's going to be around. Let's start some of the backups in week 1 and 2. That gets us off to a real slow start. Let's get the media all over us that we're even worse than they would have expected. Let's try to lose like the first 7 or 8 games that we're really in reach of the 0-16. Let's get everybody totally on our case. Let's become a national punchline. We'll definitely set ourselves up for a good draft then. We want Tua or we want Herbert, and that's what we're all into. So let's make sure we start the losing right away.